Merry Christmas to you all. Hope you have a good one and Happy New Year.
Welcome back.
Good.
Gail.
Ready?
All good?
All good?
We'll start with Gail.
Okay. Mikel Arteta, nice to see you again.
Hi.
Premier League's back. It's all very well having friendlies, nothing like the real thing though, is there? Especially when you're 5 points here at the top of the table.
Well, it's been obviously an unusual period with the World Cup, but a period as well that we have used pretty well to train certain things that we needed to train, to spend some time and focus as well on players that they haven't been with the national teams, and now everybody's back apart from Saliba, who is going to be back hopefully tomorrow. And let's crack on again for the second part of the season, which is going to be interesting, intense, and very looking forward to it.
You're in such a good place before, and it is a step in the unknown, isn't it, for all of the teams? We've never had this before.
Yeah.
How do you go about recreating that momentum, having had that 6 weeks off?
We need to do that on the pitch. We have talked a lot about it. We know the importance of starting strong again. We're playing at home. It's a very special day in the Premier League history. It's a very special family day to play football. It's an incredible atmosphere that day, and we want to make the most out of it.
And I guess the other thing that you've never really had to experience is kind of integrating players who've had really different stories over the last 6 weeks. Where are you with all of them? You said Saliba's back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everyone else fit? Is everyone else available this
They
weekend?
are really good, in a really good place. Obviously, huge blow with Gabriel Jesus and what happened in the World Cup with his injury, and we're going to miss him for a period of time. But the season has challenges. That's a challenge that we have to overcome as well. But if you want to be at the top, you know that you're going to have to face those type of challenges.
But in terms of sort of those available, I know Saka played behind closed doors against Luton. Would he be ready for Boxing Day?
Yeah, they were all fine, and they were all came in good spirits. Some of them came earlier than expected, and they were like buzzing to be back and be part of it. So I feel a really good energy around the place, and they have got straight away into the rhythm and what we want. And we have a few days before Monday, but we are good.
Yeah, so apart from Saliba, all of your World Cup,
Everyone is here, yeah,
all in contention.
and in good place, yeah.
And coming back to Gabriel Jesus, so I sort of know you said mid-February. Is that still the case with him? And also, can you just tell us about Reece Nelson and Emil Smith-Rowe, where they are with their
With Gabi, it's very difficult to put a time frame. Obviously, it was a significant injury, and knowing him, I prefer not to give any dates away. With Reece, unfortunately, he picked up an injury in the game against Juventus, and he's going to be out for a while, I think. And Emil is close. He's starting to train again. He had a little setback, but he is there and he's in a good place.
When you say Reece, sorry, you said significant time out. What does that? What injury was it?
I'm talking about weeks. It's not a matter of days, but he will be out for a few weeks. Let's see how he reacts in the next few days. But he felt something straight away, and with sprinters, that's not a good sign.
You said the injuries, particularly to Jesus, wouldn't change your policy in January in terms of transfers. Do you stand by that when you maybe look at what you did this January and you didn't bring anyone in and you got very close but not quite there? Did you maybe learn from not strengthening that there? What else were you taking into consideration?
That I said what with Gabriel Jesus?
Well, because he's going to be missing, till you didn't want to put a time frame on it, but you sort of said mid-February.
I didn't say February.
Oh, sorry.
I never said February.
Said mid-February. Is that not the case then?
I never gave a date,
Okay.
so that's not words that I never used, and I haven't used any words right now. I said that we don't know. It's gonna take some time for sure. Obviously, he's gone through surgery, so that tells you the extent of the injury, and we'll be in the market always active. That's what I said, and we will assess the biggest opportunities that we have.
Has it maybe prompted you to be a little bit more active in January?
We are going to be active, and active means that always we're looking to strengthen the team. This squad still doesn't have the luxury of not maximizing every single window, and we have to do that because it's really important. But then we want to get the right profile, the right player, and a player that really is going to impact the team and take us to the next level.
And just finally for me, because I haven't asked it for 6 weeks, and if I don't ask it, you'll probably worry that I'm not doing my job. Gabriel Martinelli,
No,
Is that the case?
no news.
No news.
Extremely happy with him. I think he had a great experience with the Brazilian national team, and you can keep asking in the next few weeks.
Nick from Premier League.
Hi, Mikel. Good afternoon.
Hi, how are
First
you?
question about David Moyes, please. Obviously, when you look at your mutual time together at Everton with David, what kind of impact he has on you as a player and something you potentially took from him into your management career?
Huge impact. So grateful, first of all, for the trust that he always showed in me, for how much I learned of him on the field, off the field, about building a team, about getting the right characters in the team to build what you want. And he was extremely supportive all the time with everything that we did together. And I had incredible memories with him because we had a very successful time together.
And how dangerous West Ham could be this Monday?
Very dangerous because I know that for sure he's been working the team really, really hard since he took over. He absolutely maximized the potential of that team and he took that team to a different level. And I'm sure they have been working really hard, like we have all been in this period, and it will be a very difficult context.
The first part of Arsenal season was very positive, but what impressed you the most?
Probably the level that we showed and the consistency that we showed within that level, which with the group and the age of the we have is not easy, but we showed real maturity in certain moments, especially against big opponents, and the focus is to play better every single day, to keep growing individually and collectively, and keep deserving to win matches. That's all we can hope. Then football is a very tricky game.
And how much do you think you will have to adapt your coaching and management, mainly in terms of the squad rotation and recovery, because there was a World Cup in the middle of the season?
Well, obviously we've done a lot of work on that, but I think the second part of the season is going to have very different periods. There are going to be periods that you have time to train, and other periods that matches are going to come very fast, and we're going to have big congested periods, and that's going to be very important. How healthy the team is, how fit it is, and how much rotations can help you to sustain the level that we want.
The January transfer window is always a difficult one. The fact that there was a World Cup in the middle of the season, does it make it even more challenging this window?
Probably, but we don't know exactly. There are a lot of teams as well with new coaches and new owners that are going to probably get again this window into a position that is never seen or experienced before. But we know that, and we have to be active on it.
Kai.
I just want to ask about Emil, who's obviously been out for such a long time now. When Granit was out for a similar period last season, you sort of kept him quite close to the team. Have you done something similar with Emil just to try and keep him feeling like he's part of the group, or is he
Yeah,
allowed time away?
we've done a lot of things with Emil. Sometimes he's been very close. Sometimes he's been in different places as well to see different environments. His attitude has been great. This is part of any career, any development career, to have periods when you are out, when you have injuries, long-term injuries, and he needs to react to that. And for sure, he's got all our support, and it's a huge talent that we need for the second part of the season at his best, because his contribution is going to be key to the team.
And what are the kind of environments that you've sort of been putting him in?
Different kind of environment, different sports, and to places, to people that he could inspire, that he can give him certain perspective as well, a little bit about his situation, and I think he has taken a lot from it.
Simon.
We saw, Mikel, that just before you went out to Dubai, you got to go over to America to see the owners. What was that like, and what was it you came away from there feeling, and the emotions you had after?
We are always connected, and I think that relationship is getting stronger and stronger. And they've been over many times. We've been there a few times, and it's a very a special relationship right now, as well, to understand the way they think about sport, what they've done in other sports and with other franchises, and the ambition is there, and the alignment is certainly there as well. So it's very positive to spend time together.
Given where we are with January coming up, was it important to meet then and have that meeting at that stage?
Well, it was the time that we had some spare time as well, so it was very useful for everybody to do it in that period.
And just lastly, we know that Fulham have been interested in Cedric. Have you taken a decision on what's going to happen with him, and can you afford to let anyone leave given the amount of fixtures you
Well, we know where we are in terms of the squad and the numbers that we have, so we're going to be extremely cautious about what we're doing in this window.
Nick at the back.
Is it realistic to expect that William Saliba will be involved in the match on Monday?
Let's see, depending how he comes back as well, you know, and obviously we have the data what he's done in training in terms of minutes. He didn't participate it much, but it was a huge experience for him as well. So let's see, when he gets back, we'll make the decision.
So you haven't had any contact with him. You don't know how he's sort of feeling after.
Yeah, we have, of course, a lot of contact, but something else is on the phone, and something else when he's present, and we can actually talk to him directly and see how he's in training, see how he's feeling as well, and get in the rhythm.
Just a final one. What are your views on this proposed the Club World Cup tournament, which will have so many teams in it in 2025? Presumably Arsenal will be one of those teams invited to play.
At the moment, no opinion. I think it's very raw, and we are focusing in what we have to do today, and I don't think our opinion is going to count much anyway.
Thanks, folks. We'll go for a 10:30 Christmas